Hey, it's Rich.
This is Jermaine.
And this is the X's and O's of life. We kind of want to go over on this episode kind of our, journey, for lack of a better term.
7th episode in.
Yeah, well, 4th on this one. But overall,
7 episodes, yeah.
But, yeah, we kind of wanted to, go over, it's been a month-ish, and just kind of cover our ebbs and flows and our successes and our failures and our epic failures and I don't know, just kind of a peek behind the proverbial curtain, I guess, because as everybody knows, based on the quality and how this stuff goes, we are green as hell.
Very.
But that's, I guess, the appeal of the podcast. It's fun and it's raw and it's like two dudes just figuring this out as they go. And
green is She-Hulk and the Swamp Thing.
Okay.
Super green.
Listen, underrated movie, The Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
That's super 80s silly. Anyway, that's going to be like the main crux of the episode, so it's not going to be uber. Well, I guess it would be funny if you can just make fun of us. So there's that. But we also have a draft, and we're missing the wife today. I didn't let her out of her cage, so we're just rolling solo. But we figured, okay, it was my turn to pick, so we're doing each of our top 10 songs. Not the top 10 songs of all time. No, we're not doing that. We're doing our top 10 songs, and that'll be the draft and, what have you. But,
so please no one get offended, but at the same time, as far as top songs, I mean, we could be treated like an NFL draft and go 7 rounds, right. 32 right. picks in each round, and we'll still miss out on some songs. So
right, and we, full disclosure on this, normally what we do is we just drop the draft idea literally in the middle of the show. Nobody knows, and it's kind of fun to see people kind of tilt and get all frazzled. Obviously, since this was, hey, all the numbers of songs that you have dealt with over your years, real difficult to put someone on the spot for that, and it would have been really bad kind of quality of an episode. So
bunch of O's and Ums.
Right. So we kind of preloaded our stuff, so it's gonna kind of go a little snappy, but we will still discuss the individual stuff. So I guess let's kind of just get into it here.
I mean, you said top 10. I'm sorry, I got so many.
No, listen, I'm
going to try to reduce them down as much as I can, but it's just too many.
I was at 21, and then I kind of looked at my list, and I started kind of, trimming it and doing all that, so I get it. But the draft obviously is going to be, the kind of ending of the episode and all that, so guess let's get into the meat and potatoes. So just for anyone that hasn't really paid attention or heard, we are two guys on a couch, and we decided, hey, look, we talked about it for literally like on and off for about a year, and I eventually was like, yo, Jermaine, let's just do this. We got nothing to lose here. All we do is kind of have good chemistry and talk and yada, yada, yada. Let's put it out and see if other people want to listen to our stupid conversations. And apparently we have an audience that does. So
it was like a Friday porch conversation. It was like, it's Friday. You ain't got no job. And you ain't got nothing to do.
See, as you can tell, this man literally watched Friday today, and I'm pretty happy about it.
I watched it today, and it seemed like, even though I watched it like 900 times, it was just as good today as it was maybe the third time.
Yeah, and it's funny because we're always worried about, when we just talk around, normally, that like, we're giving away content here, we should save it. It's funny because it kind of worked the adverse way, because we said that about Friday. I was like, yeah, man, Goodfellas is the same way. It's funny because it reverted back to kind of our draft from a few weeks ago about the movie draft.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, man, it's like full circle. Anyway, yeah, so we just kind of sprung this on each other and just started not really winging it, but having a general idea how we're going to go about doing it, and we just did it, and we sent it out to the friendos, and I did my best to market stuff to other folks, and God knows how that's going, but we we are currently at 105 downloads, and we've made 79 cents. So anyone that thinks we've made it
because we got promotions or we got ads or commercials or
right, we can you buy anything? Can you get anything for 75 cents?
Not even at the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree, by the way.
You sure can't.
Remember the store was called Everything 99 cent or Dollar Tree?
Yeah,
Even they are $1.25 now.
Oh no.
Everything in there is $1.25.
They need to rebrand their name then.
I know. $1.25.
$1.25 tree, yeah. But we wanted to stay true to the whole, hey, look, we're gonna have fun with this, and we're gonna get into this kind of portion of it in BDE Street on Wednesday. So tune in. Wink, wink, wink. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
We can't get into it too much because this is a family-friendly one, and that's going to involve a lot of cussing and a lot of self-deprecating humor. Mm-hmm. But to give you a little kind of tidbit here, I'm not even going to put this on you. We hyped each other up. We were each other's, Flavor Flav, and nobody was Chuck D to calm everything down. We were just Flav looking in a mirror.
Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, let's do the Patreon and let's charge people money to listen to us. Like we're worth a damn.
We're well established artists.
Right.
Like, so for those of you that heard the last episode of BDE Street, you probably ended that laughing, but at the same time thinking
cringing.
We were a little crazy. I'm just here to say that we have returned to our reasonability.
Yes, we have.
And our heads are no longer bigger than the Airhead commercial where our heads are, flying in the sky.
What'd you call it earlier? The Easter Island heads?
Yeah, we had.
Yeah.
We had some Easter Island heads on that last episode, but
so
we've corrected ourselves.
We've returned. Everything is still free. The Patreon is still up, but it's just based on support. There's a few tiers. Check it out if you want.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'd be remiss not to kind of cover that real quick, just because it's like,
yeah, we're going to cover that in depth on the next BDE stream for sure.
It is the elephant in the room, because it's like it's one of those weird, almost embarrassing. Because I made a comment. I'm like, we're going to come to you hat in hand because we had our hat in the hand. And it's like, whoops.
We had our hat in our hand with our hands out, looking for some money. But then now we got our hat in our hand in sorrow. So we look silly.
So yeah, and I think that's kind of part of the appeal of this whole
ebbs and flows is just growing and figuring out that, hey man, you can't go from baby step. You can't go from crawling on your knees to running in the Olympics in the 100-meter dash. That's just silly.
Yeah.
So we tried to hurry up and get to the 100-meter dash in the Olympics.
Right. So yeah, and it's cool to admit it. Like, and I don't think we lost anybody for it. And I mean, if we did, hey, look, I get it. That's the growing pains, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But I also get it because you come across like a real douche generally. Like
but at the same time, I mean, as far as losing people, I mean, we're going to still continue to send out the links to all the people that we have been sending it to in the first place. So even if somebody said, hey, I'm never listening to them again because I'm not paying them.
Right.
I'm still going to send the link to wherever you access it the first time. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you ain't got to pay to listen, even though that's kind of what it was said. Obviously, mistake, but yeah, it's all still going to be free. You know, if you want to donate something, go ahead. Cool. Appreciate it. All of it's going to help. It really isn't like an appreciated thing.
Like support. Yeah.
Right. But that was one of the valleys we kind of came with. But, to kind of bounce off that, dude, we're at 100 downloads. Like, we've recorded 6 episodes, and 100 of these goofballs downloaded our stuff and continued to do it. And that's just cool. Like,
and that's not us downloading our own thing 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, that don't even work. And it's a fun, I am obsessed with the numbers, so I will tell you, I am the pusher of all the social media stuff.
And trust me, everyone, he gives me updates all throughout the day. Yeah. As I'm at work, he's like, we're at 72. Yeah. And then maybe an hour later, 76.
Yeah.
And I like it.
I love it. Because it's our baby a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we really do feel, and this isn't that big-headed thing, we do feel like we're businessmen at this point. Like, we're running a business. And I think I've kind of probably came into play with our, let's make a business decision. And, so.
No, but you can't take full blame for that, because my head was just as big as Acrisure Stadium as yours was. So my head was humongous. I'm sitting there like, man, we worth $1 episode.
and then we saw no one jumped on, and it's like, no, we ain't. We ain't worth.
Like, who the hell you think
right.
he is?
So I feel like we, our you want to call it production value, because we're still doing the same thing, but I feel like we're a lot smoother. There's not really not much stammering. We are,
and the proof is in the pudding. I mean, you look at it, like, just listen to episode 1,
right?
For those of y'all, re-listen to episode 1 and then listen to, this episode, or probably not. Don't go to BD, but go to this last X and O's and the first X and O's, and you should be able to see some significant differences.
Yeah. And I'm proud of it, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of myself. I mean,
same here.
I love doing it. Like, I got so many ideas. You got so many ideas, and it's, we're just doing things kind of on the fly a little bit, but we're changing that a little bit in the sense of, let's be more planned out for the future, and give ourselves some time to kind of sleep on some more subjects and just kind of have not necessarily a super formatted show, because we're trying to stay away from that. That's kind of what I think differentiates us.
I don't like the word you use as far as planned out. Let's not say planned out. Let's be a little more organized.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
We got organization, but planned out sounds scripted. So let's not plan anything. We want to be as
organic,
impulsive, and to be improvising as much as we can, because that's our calling card.
Yeah. Right.
So
let's keep it
unplanned, but a little more organized.
Yeah. No, that sounds a lot better. Yeah, fair enough. That was poor wording on my part. But there you go. There's a little break in the fourth wall. We literally just had a conversation about verbiage, and it literally is the crux of the appeal of this, because it is not planned. Like, that hasn't changed from the get-go.
It really hasn't.
We have, we started with a general outline of the show, and then we just go, and we have a real normal conversation. And actually, one thing, here's one thing that these folks don't know. You remember the first episode, we started doing this, and we're like pausing every 10 minutes, like, okay, how'd it go? Yeah. We have not paused once. Well, I I don't know, I guess to
Well,
breathe.
on these, it's been, to go get
Right, to go get
Tiffany
Tiff, yeah.
or, to get the draft. I mean, like, so,
Yeah.
but ever since, like, after her portion is done, we just, like, I thought it was going, last time I thought it was going to be another pause. And I just was talking as if we were off air and we were still being recorded. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. So,
But I think that's one kind of, an improvement or growth or whatever you want to call it, that our confidence is growing.
Yeah.
Which, we got to taper that one down.
God. No, but at the same time, I just think that these shows are more of, I equate it to a public speaker or someone that they're given bullet points to talk about, but there's nothing written under that bullet point. So we're giving maybe 3 or 4 bullet points to each other throughout the week, but there's no details, there's no specifics. It's just here's the topics, kinda, and just have whatever you got ready to go, and that's when the shootout occurs. Pretty much just bang, 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 and it's just a shootout.
And I still, I've had, with my whole kind of talking on the Twitter sphere and all that, I've had, people ask, like, hey, man, what is your podcast about? And I still don't know. Like, I can't put it into a box.
Mm-mm.
I really have no idea how to explain what it is.
There's no category to really list it under.
But even under that, like, the category, fine, but, like, how do you explain what we do? Like, we're just talking about subjects that we figure out to talk about and we do a draft. Like, that's not terrible. I mean, the only way to explain what we do is after that individual show. I can say, yeah, well, we talked about this, and we did a draft of this. Mm-hmm. But like a preface to it, I don't know, stuff and things.
Hey, this is a show about, and they cover topics such as,
right.
And it's like, okay, maybe you could say comedy, because I mean, I don't know if you can get through these shows without laughing a little bit. Whoever's listening, but at the same time, we're not all about just joking.
Right. I mean, like, look at this topic. I mean, this is like a literal like roller coaster of, here's where we're at. We're touting ourselves up, but we're also like, yeah, we's a little dumb.
Yeah.
And I just think it's really, important and real cool that we've stayed true to the whole thing. Like, I understand there are certain things that we need to kind of professionalize and all that. I mean, obviously we're going to start tackling some, tougher subjects, and that's probably going to be on the BDE Street one, to be honest. I mean, we'll occasionally chuck it in here, but this is more of the kind of fun, kind of, hey, what do you think about this thing? And we just have a conversation about it. The other one may be a little bit more series oriented, I guess. Just something.
But
something we want to try
the
on
parameters. It's a PG-13 as opposed to a rated R type of thing.
Right.
So
yeah,
there's certain things that you can do and still look, respectable in a PG-13 format. But at the same time, there's certain things that you can't get away with. I mean, even remember we was talking about Friday earlier, where we were watching it, but we were watching it on like a network television show where they were dubbing in words over the curse words, and it's like I could still watch it, and it was still done okay, but
listen, still
you want the gloves off.
Sometimes you see a titty in a PG-13 movie.
True.
I like those movies. Anyway, the one point I kind of wanted to hit on is I think it's important that we stayed true and not really strayed away from our general kind of mission statement. But I think it's, at least in my head, that's kind of evolved as the weeks have gone on. Like, it really is this show has taken on like a cathartic kind of feel on certain things, an introspective, analysis of each other, just kind of how we think and certain things that are important. Like when when we did the draft about the words, I kind of was like, what are we doing? But then hearing the explanation of, and that was what, episode 2? Yeah. And,
episode 2, yep.
Yeah.
Because the first one was the candy draft,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
And just kind of hearing, me, you, and Tiff kind of our ideas on the words that are, important. It was just like, that didn't seem like that was that deep of a thing, but when you really think about it, it's good. Like if you want to hear some heartfelt stuff, go back to that, listen to Jermaine's idea on love. So, I mean, that was just like, damn, dude. All right. You do have a heart. That's cute.
I'm saying it resonates. I mean, it's some people use that term so loosely, and I kind of cringe at it because I use it for what it's meant to be, but I've been also chastised, or not chastised, but criticized for not using the word enough. So,
right.
I mean, I've learned it on both ends of, the benefits of not using the word too much, but then I've heard the fallout or the ramifications and the disconnect and disadvantages of not using it enough. So,
yeah,
I'm not totally 100% correct either.
I mean, it's a weird subjective word too. Like that's the hard part. Like there isn't really like a blueprint for it. I mean, you get, look, we already went over that. They want to hear it, then go to episode 2.
Yeah.
We'll go down that rabbit hole again. I mean, what are your feels, man? Like, what do you, successes, failures, like what's your read on this?
I think that, like you said, I mean, it is being very green, and it's one of those things where we go over before, when we talked about it, like for a year plus, when we were working in the same building for the same company, that we came to an agreement, and it was actually your idea. He was like, man, maybe we should get something. Somebody else need to hear this, because we were enjoying ourselves too much, cracking up too much. And, we would, as we were in the office, we would make other coworkers jealous because we're in the corner and it sounds like we're having a riot. And it's just me and you cracking up, and people would come over and try to witness it. And like, we both got like the kind of like the indicators to each other, like, let's hush this conversation.
Right.
Because this person just entered into the realm.
Right.
And we immediately shut them out like, hey, well, you ain't part of this. So,
right.
What did you need? And they would get mad like, oh,
can we help you?
Can we join in? Sound like y'all having so much fun. And it's like,
we were, and then you came over and ruined it.
And, it was pretty much a supervisor and a representative type of conversation, but I guess it was a coaching that wasn't supposed to be so engaging, so to speak. But it happened to be. Yeah. But then it wasn't always just the coaching. I mean, even when we wasn't in a quote unquote coaching session, we would still talk to each other. Even when you went to other teams and went other places, we still found each other and had continued our conversations. And people still got upset. People still wanted to chime in. And it's like,
I was off the clock and I was hanging out. Many times I'm sitting there 45 minutes, an hour after I'm supposed to be like gone. And I'm just like, oh, I should probably go home. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But people, the jealousy was there. But at the same time, it was like we meshed together. And it was like we had these good conversations. And you mentioned, hey, we need to get this on some type of recording.
It's been more than a year then, man. That was like
I was about to say
that was like
a long time.
Right when you were actually my soup. Like that was, God, 6 years ago now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So like the seed was planted, but I think we actually we just mentioned it, but I think we
mentioned it and then
a year ago about it.
Probably kind of trying to put it into action, because through after we went to different companies and or you stayed at the company and I went to a different company, we still maintained the contact through our fantasy football and, through our conversations in general, texting each other back and forth, and then that's when we kind of, even the text message. I mean, even through writing, we wasn't like we would never pick up the phone and just like call each other. It would be through texts, but our texts were so descriptive and so funny that it kind of rekindled that feeling of, hey man, we need to get this somehow. That's when the podcast idea came out. We need to somehow get this contained, like sort of like a. I don't know. I don't mean to bring Ghostbusters in it, but like
I swear to God, I was just thinking. I was thinking
about the trap.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
like a ghost that you have to contain
hilarious.
and put into a box.
Jesus.
So it was just like man, we need to get this ghost from moving around and like get it into a box and trap it.
See, and that's super funny. Like the fact that just happened. Like I wish you could have. God, we need to get video. YouTube, fix your stuff. Anyway, Jesus. Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, YouTube is, pooping their big boy pants. Because
stop talking about YouTube.
No, they need to know. YouTube, what are they going to do? Make my stuff not work anymore?
They're going to send you a strong word or email.
Good. Like I will send them a naked picture. No, so yeah, YouTube is screwing up there's some like ID verification that they're working on. I don't know what's going on, but they're working on that. But eventually we're going to do the whole video stuff. But
visuals. We got to get lighting and all that.
Yeah. Well, we have a lamp. It's fine.
Yeah.
Lamp. You can get your flash.
Y'all don't want to see my ugly face.
You can get the flashlight. It's fine. I have a lighter.
Yeah. Okay.
So. Simple. But the energy we got, like that's really what happened. That's why I don't know if you guys kind of can, get down with this or not, but there are two people in my life that I will audit. It's the weirdest thing. Like my best friend Bob, I cannot see him for a year. And when I see him, it is like I just saw him yesterday.
Pick right up where you left off.
And it's no offense to anyone else that I'm close with. It's just one of those energy things.
Yeah.
So, Timmy, Nick, don't, it's nothing against anybody there. It's just one of those, I don't know. I've known Bob longer than I've known Bob as long as I've known my wife, basically. So, and then you're the second one. It is just this organic, weird, magnetic energy that, I don't know. I don't believe in the whole astrology thing. I know the wife does, and I don't even want to hear her whole thing. And the fact that I said it will now engage about an hour-long conversation of her telling. It's not even a conversation. She's just going to talk at me for an hour about it, and I'm just going to look at her like, okay. Love you, baby. I don't know. I don't believe this, but okay. So it's just one of those real cool things that I don't understand why it works, and I don't care. It's not that I don't understand. It's just like I can't explain it.
Yeah.
But once again, this is not a knock on anyone else that I'm close with, because I love the people that I'm close with. It's just me trying to explain that energy that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, and I noticed it. I mean, immediately as far as, the like I said, the energy and the chemistry, when it was like I said, everybody that I have a conversation with, I'm not, laughing and cackling and
right.
The whole nine. It's like I'm probably 90% of the time using my fake laugh, which is, or, an average
that is
goofy.
Hold on. That is creepy as hell. My God.
What, like I got somebody in the basement laugh.
Yeah, or you own a van laugh.
A van with one of those plastic bubbles in the back for the window.
There ain't no windows in that van.
No, I'm talking, man, everyone know what I'm talking about. This from the 80s. In the 70s, though, either of those vans with the paintings on them of a naked lady or something on the van, or it's a van with those big bubble plastic window in the back. Okay. There is something going down in those vans.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, good.
But yeah,
my word.
But, yeah, I mean, it was like, hey, the conversations were genuine. It was, definitely high authenticity. I always struggle with that.
Listen, that's a lot of syllables and a lot of vowels. I get it.
And like you said, it was like one of those things where it was like, we need to get this captured.
Yeah.
And through text messaging, through, any type of, the previous conversations, we got to a point where it was just like, hey, we need to try to record something. And we were a little hesitant. We kept talking about it.
Right.
And, I go with a cliche or a saying of, if you keep talking about it and don't do something about it, it's just an idea. And if you actually put it into motion, then it's a plan. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, let's start it. And that first night, it was just like, we kept talking about it, even leading up to the first night. He was like, okay, we should. And I'm like, man, let's hit record and just go.
Yeah.
And if it's wrong, we'll cut it up, we'll splice it up, we'll do whatever we got to do, and we'll go from there. And I give you all the, encouraging, the accomplishments in the world as far as, being able to get this thing up and off the ground and moving, because I think we both got our jobs, our, real ways that we earn a living. And, I'm not going to say I don't have a lot of time, but I'm not good with the whole, the business aspect as far as, reaching out in the social medias and the contacts and the so on and the so forths. And, I'm trying to get better at that. But at the same time, like I said, I appreciate your efforts to, get this thing up and running. And let's keep going with it, and it's something I truly enjoy, truly look forward to it.
Absolutely.
Twice a week, and we're going to have more than twice a week.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it's coming. Oh, Jesus, it's coming. About 2-3 weeks, we're launching the football, and I got all the tingles. I'm ready.
Yeah. So, my thoughts, peaks and valleys, definitely.
Yeah.
Just from last episode, the goofiness that we both convinced ourselves into.
Boy.
Which, I'm telling you, man, I rolled. I cracked up for a half an hour thinking about it.
It is legitimately, just a cringy thing. Just uncomfortable. Like, the wife said we sounded like evangelists.
That's another thing I was rolling. She called us evangelists.
I'm like... And then I'm just like, because we spent 15 minutes trying to convince ourselves and you to listen. We're worth this amount of money, and it's like I don't gotta listen to you. I don't gotta pay you a damn thing.
I equate it to somebody a female that normally don't get a lot of compliments, but she got one compliment, and now she's ready to be on the cover of Vogue. We had jumped to that point.
I said, look, we dated a girl for 3 weeks and then proposed to her. And it's like, that's not. No,
we walked past somebody and they said, your dress looks nice, and you was like, the next thing you know, hey man, I'm charging $800 a photo shoot.
Right. So, but no, and you know what? Don't hear what he's not saying. He gets a lot of credit too. Like, you have networked the hell out of this as well as I have. You got all the fellas yapping. They still ain't talking on the sites. So I still don't know what's being said.
Outside of the text messages, I said, please leave the comments on the Spreaker when you listen to the Spreaker link that I've been sending out to the chats, to my Rain family, to all my friends and family. Leave the comments on either the Spreaker link, or if you're on any of the social media platforms, your YouTubes, your Twitters.
Because I put the links in there for for the Twitter for the site, the Facebook for the site, the Instagram for the site. Like, all that stuff is up. So all you got to do is look in there. It's going to be right with the whole Patreon link too and all that stuff. So it's all in one. And actually, real quick, sorry to jump in here.
No.
I'm putting in my kiddo's Instagram on here too, because if anyone doesn't know, he's the one that does the intros for the little strumming of the guitar. Dude kills it. Like, he is legitimately talented. So I'm going to put his Instagram in there too. Please give it a look. Show him a little love. It would mean the world to me.
Yeah.
So.
So, I mean, through our chats, through my chats, you know, a lot of the most vocal people are my boy DH, my boy Skiz, you know, as far as the comments in the chat, you know, that's one thing that we only can see, but it would be so much more impactful if y'all can put those comments out there into the ether.
And not just so we can actually see it and have conversations. It helps build us too. Like,
it's almost like a review. Like, you know,
right,
sometimes
like
you go to a restaurant or you look up and you go on Google and you say, what's the review of this restaurant? And if you see, based off of people's comments, you might decide to go to that restaurant or not.
Right.
So
I don't think anybody wants to see us fail. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't care, you know, who you are. That's just a terrible thing to do. But if you start kind of putting some eyes on it with kind of, not movement, but, I don't know, just a little stuff on there. Not only can we actually have a conversation and y'all can get to know us. I mean, I know y'all know Jermaine, but I don't really know me. But, you know, it would be nice to kind of see that. But also, yeah, like I said, get eyes on it, get some movement on it, get some, what is the, not traction, but traffic on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would just help everything. It would
just some buzz. I mean, it's just one of those things where, you know, obviously we're not in a position to command any type of revenue.
We're not doing that again.
But at the same time, I mean, we want, you know, some type of excitement built around it. We want some type of, we want it to buzz. That's all. That's a buzz.
But also, like I said, I do want to kind of see what y'all are saying and kind of communicate. And, you know, we do the drafts. We're excited about the drafts. I want to have discussions about the drafts. I don't want to hear what discussions had with Jermaine. And I'm sitting like, okay, that was fun to watch and look at and not take in. You know. Glad I put it out there. But, yeah, I mean, I you know, what are we at? Oh, God, we're at 37 minutes already. Okay.
No.
Yeah, we are. We've been yapping. We've been yapping.
All right, let's go.
So let's just kind of wrap it up. So I think that we are on an upward trajectory. I think we're learning as we go, but I think we're, generally speaking, not making the same mistakes and the little silly mistakes that we made in the beginning. Obviously, we're still growing. We still want to get better equipment and all that stuff and get all that stuff off the ground. But, you know, I still, from day one, still appreciate people paying attention to it. I think it's still a cool thing. It's still exciting. I still check literally the Spreaker app probably an unhealthy amount because I work my 10-hour shift and I literally get to networking right after work. Like, that is how I spend my days, and it's insane, but I don't think you guys really understand how driven and dedicated and how important this thing is to me. So,
all right, let's get into the draft. Now, you said,
first of all, how do you want to do this?
Like, I'm not, like, earlier you said something about rating them from 10 to 1. Like, I can't do that, man. That just takes too much brain power. Okay. So it's just, I'm just going to spit some songs out there that are very impactful to me.
Are there 10?
They have, what?
You have to do 10.
I got several by different artists. I'm going to look over my list. And I'm going to say an artist with 3 songs maybe, and then try to choose one song from that artist.
Okay.
That, you know, but at the same time, I can't rank them. So it's just songs that you light up almost every time you hear them.
Okay.
They are impactful to me. It doesn't necessarily mean they're impactful to you or to the rest of the world or whoever else. You know, if you find a commonality in this song, by all means, you know, hum along or, you know, or be in agreement. And if you don't, then, you know, I'm sorry. I mean, this is my list. Like, as Deion Sanders used to say on NFL Network, this is my top 5, not yours.
Boom.
There you go.
Like Boomer would have said. Boom.
Okay. So
I'm ranking mine. I got mine 10-1.
All right, go ahead.
Because I can follow rules.
Music is just
I get it, man.
It's just too much.
I mean, I only gave you about 4 hours to prepare, so
And
that's fine.
You said 4 hours.
I only gave you 4 hours. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah, much time, but
Not passive aggressive or anything.
No, you didn't give me that much time. But go ahead.
Well, how do you want to do it? Do you want to go back and forth? Like, I don't want to just spout off my list and then.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to go back and forth.
Yeah.
So
I get you go first because mine's conventional. I don't know what the hell you're gonna do.
Okay. I'm gonna go with one song that, at the time that it came out, it was like, it's one of those songs that, like I said, when you hear it, you light up. It happens every year. "Summertime" by Will Smith.
Oh.
That is one song that I don't care. I don't care if you hate Will Smith. I don't care if you think Will Smith's a cornball, which a lot of us probably do.
He is a cornball.
As far as music-wise, like Will Smith is an excellent actor,
yeah,
a great person, you know what I'm saying? But as far as his rapping skills, he's always been a cornball.
He's a good slapper, too.
But, yeah, of course, that's his most recent history. But "Summertime" is one of those songs that I don't care.
I get it.
At any point, you hear it, it crosses genders. It crosses ethnic groups. It's an all-time song.
Pun intended. It's a summer song. Like it's one of those deals that just makes you think of like, okay, like
if you rolling down the street and it's a June afternoon, it's around like 12 noon, and you especially don't have a nice car because you're gonna turn it up even louder because so
okay,
that's one of those songs. But I can't rank that. I'm not saying that's my number one. It's just that's.
Well, we're going. So I'm going backwards. I'm going 10-1.
Okay, go ahead.
My 10 is "Kill Switch Engage My Curse." I don't really have much to say about it. It is just a. It's just a good jam. I've always thought it was kind of cool that, like, the lead singer of a metal group is a black dude.
I never heard it.
It's pretty rad.
Okay.
And one thing we kind of we mulled over here was, and once this this fine gent can maybe rank his stuff, we're gonna send each other the top 10s just to kind of like, you listen to mine, I listen to yours, and maybe we'll kind of, what we could do, maybe
we could cross-reference.
We could
cross-functional relationships.
This could be like a conversation for the X's and O's. Like we'll listen to them this week,
and then come back and say, "What do you thought of it?" That's a good idea.
Ooh, they call that that's not even a cliffhanger. That's you better tune in to get to part 2 of this. All right,
go ahead.
Cool. All right, it's on you. Yeah, I didn't really have much to say about that.
I'm going to go slow. I'm going to slow it down here.
Uh-oh. It's about to get sexy up in here.
New Edition.
Ooh.
"Can You Stand the Rain?" It's one of those songs that when you hear it, it's one of them things where you got to sing it. You know all the words. You know every person. You know all 5 of the New Edition members' parts. And it's just a beautiful song. So, New Edition, "Can You Stand the Rain?"
Okay. Number 9, Hobson, "Ill Mind to Hobson 5. So, anyone that listens to Hobson, he is he's real kind of sarcastic, but like you talk about one of the, like a rapper that actually has like real stuff to say. He digs into, there's one, he digs into black culture. He digs into girls that are going to, and this is all in the song, like girls that are going to the club acting just looking all kinds of amazing, but just looking for some kind of random hookup and wonder why they're looked at a certain way. Like, it is a real good song. I don't know if you ever heard it.
I haven't.
I don't think you ever even heard of Hobson, have you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy.
I mean, we got similar worlds, but we come from different worlds, man. It's like, I mean, and that's the beauty of it. It's like, and that's probably why, you know, some people do question, you know, when we are having conversations and we're laughing and joking, they're like, how are those two getting along? You know, and it's like, it seems like they come from, you know, completely different backgrounds.
That's the beautiful part about it, man.
Yeah, and that's called America.
That's called, no, that's not, well, that's a whole
That's how the America is supposed to be an intent.
Right, yeah.
America's supposed intent.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, that don't happen. I mean, you've seen the Capitol riots. But.
Anywho.
All right, let's go.
Yep.
I wasn't supposed to do that. That was politics.
That's fine.
All right. Okay.
The hell with the fourth wall.
Ghetto Boys. Now, I got 3 of them here.
Okay.
My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me.
Okay.
Ghetto Boys and Girls from the Resurrection album. And Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster.
Oh, yeah. That is a banger.
Out of 3 of those 3, I mean, those are like, oh my God. They touch my heart.
Because, look, I'm not going to lie. You can't think Damn Feels Good to Be a Gangster and not think about
Office Space. They take the printer out into the field. Yeah.
Oh, man. Now I got to go listen to that.
My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me is going to win that one.
Oh, wow. All right.
It's just one of those songs that, you know, that's like almost, I ain't going to say one of the first, but that's like one of the first mainstream rap songs that I can recall.
Not
you know,
fair.
And it's got the whole Halloween story, and it's legendary. It really is.
Number 8. I had to think about how to count there. Beastie Boys, What You Want.
Beastie Boys. Definitely heard of them.
Yeah. I'm not a big Beastie Boys fan, but there were certain things that they released that were just like, why are y'all so talented? You look ridiculous, but this is so good. Like the flows are a little silly, but like I can't really explain the appeal to it, which probably isn't a really great marketing thing for it, but I don't know. Have you ever heard that?
That exact song,
Yeah.
The Beastie Boys' main song that resonates with me is Paul Revere. Paul Revere.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul Revere is mainly the one that I recall growing up with.
Because I don't like the mainstream stuff they put. And I know this was like a mainstream song, but like the majority of the mainstream stuff they put on is just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I just don't mess with it. But this is just one of those real good bangers that it's like, it just makes you feel good. So yeah, that's where it's at.
All right, so of course I got to cover the top 2 rappers of all time. So I'm going to cover Tupac's family, and for Tupac's family, I got 3 songs that I have to limit down to 1. And where am I at on his thing? Straight Ballin' on the Thug Life album, Ambitions as a Rider from the Double album, Bring the Pain from the Double album, as well as Violent from the Tupacalypse Now album. Man, this is hard. I'm going to go with Ambitions as a Rider. That is one song that I'm pretty sure when it came out, the double CD, Tupac, by the way, was probably one of the first people to ever drop a double CD, or anybody that's relevant that dropped a double CD. That came out in like 95, 96. And both of those CDs, both of those albums, it's one album, but it's 2 CDs. They hit hard. But that Ambitions as a Rider is his first track after him being, not making music for so much time. And it strikes hard. So, I don't know if you're familiar with the song. Of course.
I feel like I have. I feel like I am. I feel like once I hear the first few little, I'm like, okay, yeah. No.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, The Roots, The Seed.
The Roots.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you ever heard that song, but it's just a great song. Like, I can't really, like, it's melodic, and it's like the flow and the cadence isn't like it's not all over the place, but it's kind of like it has a kind of like a rock feel a little bit to it, but it's not. Like it's almost like a hybrid song. It's just beautiful. It is just a good. I don't know. It's just a talented piece of. I don't know how to put it. It's just good. My descriptions on this whole thing has been terrible, but I like it because it makes me happy.
These are your songs. Like you don't have to like every
Explain
song. We
it.
can just go and just name them if you want. We don't have to give a dissertation behind every song.
I like that. I like that idea because it kind of makes me think like, okay, why did you pick this? And some things are just like, yeah, makes me tingle.
Okay, I'm gonna go switch over to the Notorious B.I.G. or the Biggie Smalls family, and I have One More Chance, Who Shot Ya, and Hypnotize.
You ain't putting Juicy in there?
No. I mean, Juicy's cool and everything, but I mean, it's not one of my all-time favorites. My all-time favorite would be One More Chance. Okay. That is one of those songs that I just said we don't got to explain. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. Am I on 6?
I think so.
Yeah, I am. Chris Cornell, Billie Jean. So.
You mean not Michael Jackson's Billie Jean?
Right.
Whoa.
So, Chris Cornell covered this song. Unfortunately, he is now passed, but Chris Cornell had one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard.
But this is a remake of another song.
Yeah, it was a cover.
Giving him credit for a remake?
It was a cover. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
It's do yourself a favor. I don't care what you feel about music, whatever genre you fall on. It's an acoustic thing, and it is very, very good. Like, I'm actually going to make you listen to it after we're done recording, because it is, I don't know.
I've definitely heard a Billie Jean that was definitely not Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But it was like kind of like a remake or a replay of the same words, but kind of like a little bit of additives here and there, and like you said, different acoustics and stuff like that. But
yeah,
where we at? Let me go.
I can run over. The people deserve it.
So I covered Biggie. I covered Tupac. Now let's jump into another slow thing that I grew up with, a slow group, Jodeci. Jodeci came out with 2 songs that touched my heart, Stay and Forever My Lady. So if I had to pick between those two, Jodeci's Stay is probably the one that I find myself, don't get me wrong, I find myself singing Forever My Lady hard. But Stay is probably that one that, really got deep into the vein. So I'm going to go there. Go.
Number 5? I don't know how to count, man. This is ridiculous. Coheed and Cambria, Welcome Home. There are not a lot of lyrics in this song, but there is the instruments in this, like, if you just listen to the instrumental on it, just the instruments being played it's kind of shocking how talented it is. So, I don't know. Give it a listen if you want. It's a good jam.
Okay. All right. Let me cover the Naughty by Nature family.
My goodness. Okay.
OPP and Hip Hop Array were probably the 2 biggest ones.
Really? That's interesting that you're going that. Like, that's in your... Okay. All right.
I'm going to say OPP was probably more impactful because OPP came out around the time when I was a adolescent, so to speak. So just learning about the opposite sex was, fascinating. So, and
let's be honest, all the white dudes had no idea what they were talking about. No clue. White America was like, what's OPP?
Yeah.
I don't know.
OPP would probably win out there.
Fair enough. Number 4, Lil Wayne, No Worries. I don't really got to say much else. That is a banger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to cover Nas, New York State of Mind, Made You Look, or If I Ruled the World. I'm going to go with New York State of Mind because it drops at the beginning of that, Illmatic album, and you're captivated from that point on, and you can't turn away.
All right. We're in the podium section here, so our top 3.
Okay.
Tyler, the Creator, Tron Cat.
Tyler, the Creator.
I love Tyler. Listen.
Wow.
So there are some wordsmith shenanigans in this song. Do yourself a favor, look up the lyrics because you ain't gonna catch everything. Yeah, dude is super talented.
Okay. Tyler, the Creator.
Love Tyler.
Okay. Covering Dr. Dre, nothing but a G thing, and D's nuts.
Hey.
I'm gonna say G thing. That is a generational banger.
Okay. Number 2, Tool, Parabola. Tool is stupidly talented. I don't really need to go any further than that.
I'm gonna cover Jay-Z, Hard Knock Life.
Really? I hate that.
Money, Cash, Hoes.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go with Hard Knock Life. I mean, it's an anthem.
That song is it's grating to me. It's something about it just is insanely annoying to me. I'm not listening to that. I will say I listened to it and all right.
Hey, you gotta live it.
Number 1, Perfect Circle, Judith. So my long explanation on this is anyone that doesn't know, the same lead singer, Maynard James, is the lead singer of Tool, and he's also the lead singer of A Perfect Circle. The song was basically about his mother being handicapped, and she was also incredibly religious, and she stayed insanely religious, and this is more of his kind of conversation to her, basically saying, he did this to you, and you still are, all about him. I don't understand this. So it's like it's a angsty song, but it's like he doesn't understand it.
So you said it's called Twisted Circle?
No, A Perfect Circle.
Perfect Circle, okay.
So that is my number 1. And not even just for that, but honestly, it is a very good, I can't even say good, it's a damn good sound and track. So
okay,
that's my number 1 for a multitude of reasons. All right.
Okay. Due to time constraints, we are moving you further into this broadcast. I know I'm just playing. Now, due to time constraints, my 10th is going to be a bunch of people I just read off. I'm sorry. I just had too many. Okay. No Limit Soldiers by TRU. Shy, If I Ever Fall in Love. Red Light Special by TLC. Nobody and Twisted by Keith Sweat. LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out, I Need Love, and Rock the Bells. Scarface, Mr. Scarface 2, Never Seen a Man Die, and Smile. Anything from Michael Jackson, Dane, Almost, and from Prince, and anything almost from Wu-Tang Clan. Those are my honorable mentions.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I got a few honorable mentions. I mean, most things from Streetlight Manifesto. They're a ska band. They're fun.
Okay.
Alice in Chains, Man in the Box. That's like a 90s anthem. I mean, I got a bunch more.
I mean, we just grew up with two different lines. It's like one of those things where I think I've heard of maybe 2 other people that you mentioned.
Right.
And I don't know how many people you heard of that I mentioned, but it's just...
Majority.
Like
I heard...
The life that I lived and the life that you lived in different time frames, it just You know, it's
let's
it's
be
a
real.
different
Look,
path.
dude, I'm a white dude. You're a black dude. It is what it is. Like there is, and it's not to say like you were gonna be in this quarter because you're this. No, it's nothing like that. But you know, generally speaking, that's kind of how that goes. But it's whatever. Like it does. And this is the kind of the cool thing that we're gonna share our playlist and be like, yo, check this out. And because you're not an idiot, I'm not an idiot. You appreciate music. I appreciate music. And just because my genre and some of my... Because, I mean, you saw my eclectic thing. I got, you know, what? I mean, I got some alternative stuff. I got like a metal song on here. I got covers. I got hip-hop. I got, you know, like, it's kind of like... I'm not into it. Now, I mean, country's awful. So I'm not even going to lie. Country is terrible.
I mean,
take that hillbilly stuff somewhere else. I can't do it.
I maybe can name you one or two that I can tolerate, but other than that, man, I mean,
not today, Satan.
I mean, there's some stuff from soft rock that I listen to, you know,
right?
But we're talking about the preference was songs that had an impact on your life or that you could recall. And
like if you
and I remember you said if you're about to die,
right?
And you asked for your playlist, right. This is what you would ask for. So. You know, and that's what I tend to focus on because I don't have an ignorant ear. I do have an educated ear, right. And I can listen to all types of genres. But when you put that caveat on it that these are the songs that you need to bring me right before I'm about to die, then those are the ones.
Yeah, and that's why I thought it was such a fun idea for the draft because I'm like, let's really kind of think, man. Like what? I mean, depending if, you know, whatever it does, if it elicits some kind of feeling or memories or whatever. I thought it was a cool idea.
Yeah.
And you struggled.
Oh, you heard me walking around like, oh my God.
Like this man was walking around like he just lost his job.
And we was watching the Friday and I seen a poster of the Wu-Tang on there and I'm like, you mean to tell me I didn't have Wu-Tang in there? Yep. And I immediately had to throw that in there like, oh my God. Like,
I tried to throw in Old Dirty Bastard too, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't. Like...
No.
He's
Old Dirty Bastard by himself. I mean, I never was like, he cracks me up, but right. I never was a true fan. I mean, I'm more of a fan of, you know, Method Man,
right?
Jizza, and you know, of the Wu-Tang. Old Dirty's not my favorite.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think he's anybody in the world really enjoys him, like to like the degree where like I really like being around you. It's like You're a weird guy. Like you were kind of Kanye before Kanye became Kanye.
Dang.
Yeah, because that dude went off the rails. Anyway, also funny, no Kanye for either one of us. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so you know, kind of give you a little preview of next episode here, not the X's and O's, but of the BDE Street. That's kind of where we're going to go over our.
Blunders,
yeah. So it's sort of kind of a continuation of this. So you know, tune in for that, and we'll throw in some extra little you know, just conversations. We'll figure out what we want to talk about at that point. So let that be your cliffhanger. But kind of get this out of the way. So the Twitter's in the bio, the Patreon's in the bio, the Facebook, the Instagram, my kiddo's Instagram. Like I said, please go on there, check it out, show him some love. Do not disrespect him, because we will have an issue. Legit. Sorry. I'm very protective over my kiddo, so don't make a mistake. But you got any closing remarks here?
I'm Jermaine.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he is Jermaine. I can definitely attest to that. So we do have something coming up probably next week. We did get I don't know if you would call it a sponsorship or whatever. So we're going to have like a promo.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have a promo code that we're going to be giving out here and, you know, letting folks know, hey, look, there's some help out here and what have you. So once we get the approval for it, that'll be in the links, and also it'll be an ad read that we're going to do too. So just be prepared for that, but that's probably going to be on next episode. We also we probably are going to be releasing X's and O's on Thursday because funny because my birthday is actually Thursday. And we're doing a little soiree at the house on Saturday, and that's the day we record it. So we're probably just going to do it on Thursday, so we can partake in the parties. So
yeah, I mean, we'll go BDE Street,
and then
right after, boom.
Pretty much, yeah.
Not trying to overload content, but we won't be uploading anything Saturday night.
Right, and I wouldn't be opposed to any birthday present Patreons. Stretches. No, but seriously, we do appreciate you listening. So he is Jermaine. I'm Rich.
And you just enjoyed the X's and O's of life.
Damn right you did.